Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. We were just telling you before the quick break that the governor of Cross River State has taken a cut in his salary, and some other top government officials as well. We'll tell you why in just a moment. Just stay with us. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to urge you to please interact with the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. The Cross River State Governor, Ben Ayade, has announced an 80% slash of his monthly salary, while his deputy, the secretary to the state government, and the 28 commissioners in the state have also unanimously agreed to a 20% cut of their salaries to be used for infrastructural development of the state. The State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dr. Rosemary Archibong, disclosed this to journalists in Calabar, the state capital. According to her, the move became necessary because of the financial burden on the state. She notes that the slash has not affected salaries of civil servants and will not go into any capital expenditure.
We decided voluntarily to forego part of our emolument to help meet the personnel needs, the human needs of Cross River State, in support to the vision of His Excellency. His Excellency himself has voluntarily given up 80% of his salary.
We're mulling that over. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5, Mr. Musa Daura, says the influx of Fulani foreigners from Chad, Cameroon, Niger, and Mali is largely responsible for the current upsurge in crime allegedly perpetrated by Fulani cattle rearers in Edo, Delta, and Bayelsa states. AIG Musa Daura stated this during a meeting with the Hausa Fulani communities and the traditional rulers of their host communities on ways to strengthen the security of the areas, as well as ensure mutual coexistence, which held at the zonal headquarters in Benin City, the Edo state capital.
Hausa Fulani herdsmen have been blamed for a number of violent crimes such as armed robbery, kidnapping, murder, cultism, and rape in Edo, Delta, and Bayelsa states. In view of this trend, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5, Musa Daura, convened this meeting of representatives of Hausa Fulani and traditional rulers of their host communities to fashion out ways of reversing the trend and engendering peaceful and crime-free coexistence.
The spate of kidnapping, armed robbery, cult-related killings and other heinous crime in the zone, which is Delta, Edo, and Bayelsa State respectively, are increasingly becoming worrisome.
The interactive session also affords both the aggrieved and the accused an avenue to ventilate their concerns.
In many occasions, the cow rearers, they have maimed, killed, raped our people. And as I'm talking now, if the Assistant Inspector General of Police can send his men to Abraka on inquiry, you will see the big damage that has been done there.
We give them a village in our place. They are staying in a very neat area. But we have told them that we don't want to see any cattle in our area again.
Any bush where we go, we have to go to the kingdom and identify ourselves to the king and the host community, and then they will give us the place where our cattle, the Goria, and taken. And if they are not free, we are settle the community and pay, settle the chiefs and pay. And we ensure them if our cows spoil anything, will pay.
Those people, Fulani, we have the problem, but you know, all the Fulani people have the problem.
After listening to all the representatives, the police AIG Zone 5, Musa Daura, gives his advice.
Meet with the community leaders on a round table. You can sort out your problem. That problem can be solved.
With a worsening relationship between the Hausa Fulani community and their various host communities in these states, meetings such as this may just be a perfect way to start the much-needed process of peace building and development in the areas.
That peace building and development our reporter was talking about can't come any sooner because these clashes are becoming quite a burden across the states. The clashes between farmers and herdsmen across different parts of the country continues to attract the attention of security agencies like you just saw. Now in this report, we'll bring you the situation in Delta State where members of the Anyoma Security Vigilante Group have given a 14-day ultimatum to Fulani herdsmen in Delta states to quit their land, while farmers in Oyo State were at the state's police command where they called on the federal government to speed up the creation and activation of grazing zones across the country to stop the frequent clashes between Fulani cattle grazers and farmers.
Members of the Anyoma Watch Group took to the streets of Asaba in Delta State to let their voices heard. They are accusing the Fulani herdsmen of killing, raping, and destroying their farmlands.
13 people were killed in Ogume concerning Fulani. We don't want them. Everybody is free to live in our land as a state, but whereby you construct a nuisance in our state is not allowed.
One of their members claimed to be a victim of the menace.
Some group of men just came out, an outside men just came out from the bush. They were having guns on them. Then we began to fight within our side here. We began to shoot ourselves. We were having them gun, they were having a AK-47. They shot me on this right hand, they shot me on this left hand.
From the Okmanam Road, they marched to the State House of Assembly to lodge their complaints. The speaker who received them promised to take their matter to the state governor.
Equally as pained as yourselves, but I want to quickly appeal to all of us. Whatever that is your position will be channeled to the governor. Will be channeled properly to the governor.
Earlier, at an interactive session, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa had appealed for peace between the citizens and the herdsmen.
We will continue to manage the issues in the best way possible, hoping and praying as we need to that the federal government is going to look into the possibility of having grazing roads and grazing reserves, which over several years we have not been able to put such in place.
In the southwest region, Oyo State precisely, farmers who are faced with similar problems with herdsmen want the federal government to expedite action on the creation and activation of grazing reserves. This request is coming on the heels of a truce meeting between both parties and as midwifed by the Oyo State Police Command.
The identified facts that we agreed. We agreed that there will be no night grazing. We agree that they will not be using underaged. We agree that they will not graze on those areas that the farmers are already planting.
Or grazing in the night.
Or grazing the and we also say farmers will not poison the water for the cattle to go and drink and die.
Is a very, very good development. We want to appreciate that, but we want it very quick. You know, government thing has to do with a lot of bureaucracies. And if it is bureaucracies, it delays. And we cannot be sitting down and allow some certain things to be happening. And we just want to say that they should speed up the actions to put the grazing zones into full implementation.
With this latest show of displeasure from the citizens, it may be wise for relevant security agencies to check the activities of the herdsmen in order to prevent an outbreak of lawlessness.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, the British government donates money towards helping the internally displaced people in the northeastern part of the country. Please stay with us.